It's the Tony Rose Show on D93, and we are joined by possibly the most iconic producer in all of Hollywood. And I do not say that just because we have him on the line, but he has made cinematic classics for decades, including some of the best movies, best action movies especially ever made. It is the one and only, the legendary Jerry Bruckheimer. Good morning, Jerry. How you doing, sir?
Good morning, Tony. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be in Nashville.
Oh, man, it's such a great honor to have you on. And, of course, some of my favorite movies ever made, you have had a major part in. They are your babies. When you look at your resume of movies, all the way up to F1, number one movie in America right now, is there it's hard to pick, it's like picking a favorite child, but is there a favorite in there that when you see it on or you have the chance to go back and watch it, that you still kind of get the goosebumps and the feels about?
It's always the next one.
That's the perfect answer right there. I love that. For me, of all your catalog, of all the movies that you've been a part of, to me, Beverly Hills Cop, especially 1 and 2, are two of my favorites. They're the right mix of the action, the adventure, of course, the Eddie Murphy comedy, of course, with you being with your Detroit roots. Where does that movie rank for you? For me, it's a Mount Rushmore movie franchise, but of course, the original Beverly Hills Cop, a classic. Where does that one rank for you? And I would be remiss if I didn't ask you about Beverly Hills Cop.
Look, it's a terrific movie. Just the fact that we worked with Eddie Murphy, that's the greatest. He's a great actor, great comedian, and he's a terrific individual and a good friend. I'm really lucky to have worked with Eddie and Tom Cruise and now Brad Pitt. So that's, and a bunch of others, Ben Affleck, Gene Hackman, a list of terrific, Michelle Pfeiffer, just on and on. Really blessed to have those great people working on the movies that I've produced.
Do you kind of have like a proud parent side to you as well, knowing that you worked with guys like Eddie Murphy, Tom Cruise early in his career as well, seeing where their careers launched into this whole different stratosphere, but you were right there kind of at that first level, that first big breakthrough blockbuster for them? Do you kind of have like a proud parent when you see them doing good?
Yeah, it is great. I'm so proud of Tom with Mission Impossible, which is a phenomenal movie. He came out for our premiere in London. He's another great friend.
And of course, the number one movie in the world right now, F1. Is this the first time you've worked with Brad Pitt in any capacity on a movie that you've produced? I was looking at your resume. Is this the first time you and Brad Pitt have had a chance to do something together?
This is the first one. I'm so lucky that he leaned in. And the way it started is Joe Kosinski, who directed Top Gun Maverick, came up with an idea to do an F1 movie based on Drive to Survive, which he was watching, because they were focusing on the last place teams. F1 is a really interesting sport because there are 10 teams, 2 drivers to each team, but it's the only sport where your teammate is your competitor. So that creates a lot of drama. And what we did with Brad and Damson Idris is we actually trained him to drive those cars. They trained for 4 months, starting in an open wheel car, then a sports car, and then an F4 car, F3, and finally into our car, which is an F1 body with an F2 engine in it. And they were going 180 miles an hour on the straights. It's unbelievable what gifted drivers they became. But it still scares me. When we were shooting in Vegas, it's a street race, so there's no runoff. So if they missed a turn, they go right into the wall.
Wow. Was that a hard sell for Brad Pitt, or specifically his, people that are around him too, to say, hey, we want you in this movie. It's going to be a massive hit. But by the way, you're going to be literally putting your life on the line. Was that a hard sell, or was he all in from the minute that he picked up the phone to talk to you?
He was in from the minute he talked to us. He rides a lot of motorcycles. He loves speed. The fact that he trained so hard, he could have done another movie before ours, but he really put his energy and his effort into this. But the movie turned out to be, it's a big family movie. It's fun, it's romantic, it's funny, and it's really exciting. You want to see it in the theater. It's got big sound, and even has fireworks. We designed that for the 4th of July.
Perfect timing right there. You know a little bit about a big 4th of July weekend blockbuster for sure. How has the movie-making business changed? Obviously, we've seen the changes as fans of the movies, but on your side of the camera and on the producing side, from where you started to now with all the capabilities of the technology we have with CGI and special effects, but you still keep it real. Like I said, Brad Pitt, 180 miles an hour in an F1 car, but how do you keep it true to the nature of the action adventure blockbuster, but still use the tools that are available now to directors in Hollywood?
Well, the tools we had on this one, we had 15 camera angles on the car. We had mounts. four at a time. Apple, who financed the movie, gave us two iPhone cameras that they enhanced so it could be IMAX, and we put that on two cars in every single race. So you're seeing these drivers, the real drivers, going 220 miles an hour. You'll see some of the point of views of them actually driving. But every time you cut to Brad and Damson, they're actually in those cars going at really 100, some on the straights 180 miles an hour. But you know what? It's about the emotion of the movie. It takes you on a great ride. You feel a lot better when you walk out than when you walk in.
You know, and I think that's what it's all about, going to the theater, having that experience when those lights go down and that screen lights up. And you've done that, like I said, for years and years and years with some of the biggest name movies of all time. It's just, I'm blown away. Like I said, just anytime I see a Jerry Bruckheimer production on something, I know it's going to deliver every single time. And it does again in this one. F1, Brad Pitt in theaters, #1 movie in the country, 4th of July weekend. You're right. Fireworks going off in everyone's backyards, but it's going off on the big screen as well. iPhone technology in this. I mean, times have changed for sure. The legendary Jerry Bruckheimer. What's the next project for you now? What's next after this? I mean, do you take a minute to kind of let it soak in and enjoy the ride, literally and figuratively, or are you already looking for the next opportunity?
I'm looking for the next one. I'm going to try to do another one with Joe Kosinski about UFOs. So that's one. I might do a picture with Will Smith. So I'm keep going.
Wow.
But this one's a special one. It's got a phenomenal soundtrack, too. Chris Stapleton is in it, Rose, Tate McRae, Doja Cat. It's got it all. Hans Zimmer, who's brilliant, did the score.
How important is the soundtrack to a movie that Jerry Bruckheimer makes? Because, again, some of the most legendary soundtracks, we mentioned Beverly Hills Cop earlier, of course, Armageddon with Aerosmith, so many more in there. How important is the soundtrack, and how much of that influence do you have in that process?
It's a team. We work on it together, and Atlantic Records, Kevin Weaver did the soundtrack with us, so he would come in with songs and artists who would look at parts of the movie and write stuff for us. That's what Chris did. Rose came in. I mean, it's really a phenomenal soundtrack. It's already a big hit soundtrack, and the movie's only been out less than a week.
Wow. The legendary Jerry Bruckheimer, it is truly an honor having you on. Thank you for bringing so many memories to the big screen for us and continuing to bring them, of course, most recently right now in the big screen, the Brad Pitt movie F1 with a great cast, a great soundtrack around it. Thank you so much for the time. It's a true honor. Have a safe and happy Independence Day weekend, and we can't wait to see F1 and the next project after that.
Thanks, Tony.